We are back. Welcome back to the Free Jazz Podcast. You are now tuned in for episode 180. 180 to be exact.
180 for the Free Gems.
Yes, sir.
First episode of the new year.
That's true.
Big 2026.
Didn't even think about that. You're right. First episode of the year. Damn.
We not on nothing from last year.
That's
last year.
That's last year's shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
There you go, goddamn.
We on 2026 time.
I ain't even seen her since last year. You feel me? Real shit, though.
I deleted all my contacts, all my conversations, everything from last year.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Nah, I didn't do that
either.
I didn't do that either.
I'm about to say, new year, new you. Fucking, you about to move to Oklahoma, nigga? Like, what's going on? Like, you making me nervous. We got a podcast to do.
What's going on, people? It's nice to see you guys.
Listen,
nice to be seen.
Yeah, nice to be seen. Listen, we are in a hell of a fast pace. There's some nuclear shit going on, and I mean, I don't know if pun was intended on there, but listen, are we going to war, Senko? Because all weekend I've been seeing headlines that are making me more and more nervous. You know what I'm saying? You get up on here in the first 60 seconds talking about you changing your name and your number. What's going on? Because I know you fake ain't with this American shit. I need to find out what's going on, bro. Is Maduro in New York right now? Is that what's going on?
Maduro is in New York right now.
I bet. Can you please explain to me what's going on? Because to a lot of people out there, Maduro is just a sweet plantain. We have no idea who Maduro is, but I know you know. You probably know his birthday and all that. Let's get into it. We getting right into it because I want to know what's happening.
So Nicolas Maduro,
okay,
the former leader of Venezuela, was captured by the DEA and military officials. Him and his wife were captured in Venezuela and expedited to the U.S. here, and the president is tweeting pictures of him with the bag over his head and all that. Like, yeah, like
treating him
prisoner of war pictures, which is also illegal. By the way.
That picture, I'm about to say, was that picture real?
I don't know.
I've been seeing a picture of him
with the hand. Yeah,
that's real.
It looks real. Listen, and this day, I wouldn't be
fucked up.
So Trump tweeted out that they successfully captured Maduro and his wife, and that America will be running Venezuela until they can settle things and have a peaceful transfer, is what the president has said.
Yo,
so
that's crazy.
I want to know your thoughts.
I need to understand how this even works because I
want to know your thoughts.
Since when did we ever be able to do that? I'm like, since we were able to just like land, snatch our president, and then we're gonna run this shit right now. I've never seen that move. That was crazy.
Where have you been?
I'm missing something.
You missing something?
Is that how we do it? I feel like the rest of the country got to be in alignment and understand what's going on, though.
That's what you think?
Oh, we just full force just on some Tukey Williams gangster shit. We just
that's what you think. But even if I've seen a lot of polls of people who don't necessarily like Maduro didn't want a regime change this way, U.S. involvement.
Yeah, listen, I seen people in Miami, they was dancing and frolicking in the streets. I was like, all right, Maduro must be a bad guy, or this is just the media being pumped out. Is this propaganda? I don't know what's going on.
Two things can be true at once. I think that Maduro can be the corrupt person, not the right person to lead Venezuela. But I also know that the U.S. doesn't have Venezuela's best interest in mind.
Yeah, because
two things can be true, but also we're also devoid of the context of when Maduro was in power, the sanctions that we did that increased the economic instability of Venezuela. So that also has to be taken into account. But he can be a bad leader, and the U.S. is not best for Venezuela. Can both be true at the same time.
That's a good point. What I do find interesting is that you said the DEA went and captured him. So there's drugs involved,
bro. The U.S. their whole stance is that he's a drug. He's pushing drugs into the U.S.
That's their whole boats and shit.
Yes, their whole stance. Listen, they've been trying to get him. Their whole stance is that he's been pushing. Yes, he's been pushing helping push fentanyl.
Because, I mean, as I'm watching the press, I start hearing some shit about oil, and I'm like, oh, like they could have just said that. Like it said something about we gonna run their oil for a little bit. We gonna hold this down.
JD Vance was tweeting talking about how we're taking our oil back. Apparently, Venezuela stole our oil, which they never did, which is apparently the angle that.
How you know they never did?
Because where they're talking about they stole the oil from, we never had reserves over there. Never had oil reserves over there. It's all a ploy. And you got to realize, America Anytime America implements a regime change of any nation, they don't have the people's best interest in mind. They go there and destabilize. Right? You can go back to the 60s with Patrice Lumumba in the Congo. You can go back to Salvatore Allende, 1973 in Chile.
See, I knew he knew this shit. I got y'all. Don't worry about nothing. We're going to get this shit figured out today.
We can go back to the Cambodia leader in the 70s. We can go back to Manuel Noriega in Panama in 89. We can go back to Saddam Hussein in 03.
I was just about to say, is this going to lead to Afghanistan?
We can go. Saddam Hussein was Iraq, but
you know,
but it was all the same.
Middle East.
We can go back to Jean. I forgot how to say his name. The Haitian leader in 04 when we overthrew. We can go back to Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. There's never been a time the U.S. has issued a regime change and it helped the actual citizens of that country. There has not been a time. We go to destabilize and destroy. And I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said when I said Saddam Hussein, because that is the example that most people know about.
Right.
So let's look at that in a microscope. So the regime change of Saddam Hussein happened in 03.
Right.
We were there for a decade later.
Fact.
Decade after that.
That's a fact.
And let's see who actually benefited from the war in Iraq. A war has to have two sides, but that's another. Who are we fighting? Anyway, so who actually benefited? Did the U.S. citizens benefit from the war in Iraq?
No.
Absolutely not. So let's think about it. Did any prices go down? Did oil prices go down? Did gas prices go down after the war in Iraq?
Actually.
That's the point.
Skyrocketed.
So what did the American citizens get from the war in Iraq? We got a bigger tax debt. I mean, a bigger national debt. We got social programs that were slashed to compromise the trillions of dollars spent, 10 plus years, boots on the ground in Iraq. What did the Iraqi citizens get? Millions bombed, millions dead, millions displaced, destabilized the entire region, cesspool of crime and drugs and trafficking of children and everything else and people. Who actually won? The military-industrial complex, the defense contractors, in a handful of elites. Those are the people that won in the war in Iraq. You can use the war in Iraq as a microcosm of every other regime change I just named. None of the citizens win. Our citizens don't win. Their citizens don't win. It's the military-industrial complex and the small elites. Those are the people that win. Every time we do this.
I understood everything you just said, and that just fucked me up.
Think about it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Did our gas prices go down?
Not only did we not have lower gas prices or any of that good shit, we also had a bunch of our kids go all the way out there to fight a war against motherfuckers that was wearing chancletas and do-rags and shit in the middle of the fucking desert.
Thank you. And we funded it. We funded it. Absolutely right. So, we don't win. They don't win. The only people that win is the military, industrial, and a few elites. And then you were talking about that there were some people cheering. Venezuelans cheering. Right. I've seen those eventually. I've seen those. But you got to realize, people in Libya were cheering when Gaddafi went down. True. People in Iraq were cheering when Saddam Hussein went down. Every one I just named, there were citizens of those countries cheering, or people that came from those countries that were cheering these regime changes. But it never ended up benefiting the people of those countries. Never. It never does and never will.
Damn.
And people want to talk about this is not a war. Look how quickly we did it. Let's go back to Saddam Hussein. We kicked him out in 03. We were there for 10 plus years, a decade. So we're talking about we're going to take control of the Venezuelan government. Let's see what happens. That's all I got to say. Let's see what happens. But all I know is history. And history tells us that it's not good for anybody who isn't an elite. That's not good for anybody who doesn't have military contracts. And I feel for a lot of the soldiers, like you said, a lot of people who actually had boots on the ground, because they're at the front line of something that doesn't even benefit the people. And I think a lot of them, they mean well, and they mean well, and they want to they're doing what they think is right. They're doing what they think is best for them, their family, and our country. But in the grand scheme of things, those are the ones who are really out here being damaged. And not only that, when they come back to America, there are so many homeless veterans on the street that we don't do anything for. So those are the ones on the front line who I really feel for, and of course the citizens of Venezuela as well.
Damn. I mean, shit. I'm just weighing back and kicking back and seeing what's gonna happen. I know Netflix is gonna have a crazy documentary when they explain all these 4 years that we about to have. Well, we 2 in, we got 2 more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see by 2028, Netflix. You better be on top of this shit because I need an in-depth, full depiction of what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
And this is the No New Wars president. No New Wars. He ran on peace. I mean, hey, you mean Trump lied? Oh my gosh, he didn't stick to his word. Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. But yeah, that's what he ran on. And like I said, I want to harp on the fact that I don't necessarily think Maduro was the right guy for the job, but the U.S. does not have the interest of the people of Venezuela in mind. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters is the people of each country that we go and overthrow. Is the people. That's the only thing that matters, and I don't think they're going to be in a position that's going to benefit them in the long run because I have history on my side.
Damn, son. Yeah, it just made me realize though. Like I realized America, we only pick on little ass countries. They ain't got no money. Cause try that shit to China. Try that shit in China and see if we don't be all speaking Mandarin by 2040. Like try that shit if you want.
And why do you think we don't go after invade North Korea? Because they got nukes.
Oh, that's nukes is just like the ultimate.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's like, yo, we good. We good.
No. Yes. Nobody. No. Yes.
It's like that.
That's why Gaddafi. They were on Gaddafi. Gaddafi ended up giving up his nukes. He had nukes, but he gave up his nukes because of all the pressure and stuff. Like, oh my God, you know how they spin it. He got nukes. Oh my God,
nukes is crazy. It's like you put your gun down. And they're like, nah, you put yours down.
And even in Iran, in order to get nukes, you have to have, I don't know the exact formula, but you have to have a certain amount of uranium, certain amount of this. So they see
uranium.
You have to have a certain amount of stuff in order to.
That's how I like the shit from Black Panther. What was that shit called? Vibranium. That's why I'm like, why does that sound so familiar and comical at the same time?
So,
but you're dead ass.
You have to have a certain amount of ingredients. So, we don't allow any other country to even try to almost sniff the ingredients in order to make nukes. Because once you have a nuke, that's an automatic deterrent. Why? Like I said, why don't think we don't go in and kick Kim Jong-un out? Because they got nukes. We don't want to mess with that. So that is the deterrent. That's the only thing that keeps a lot of these countries safe.
Damn.
Well, yeah. So you're absolutely right. I saw this coming from a mile away, and you know how I am. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a realist about everything. I try to see the truth in everything. I try to not to feed into the propaganda.
Man, well, we can shift from that because there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the news. But I just needed that quick, like a little global tuning into the global news because shit's been hectic, man. I know. It's a great season right now. It's a bittersweet feeling right now. We got a whole lot of sports going on. A whole lot of sports about to go off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We're about to go for another 8 months with no football in about another 4 weeks.
That's crazy.
And that shit kills me because the season is gone, bro. I know you're a big fan of the whole sport, so I know you've been keeping up with college football. I know you've seen this weekend,
of course,
and seen these upsets that was going on, and this shit is crazy.
Let's go Canes, baby.
Let's go. Listen, let's talk about it. All right, so the Miami Hurricanes, they were heavy underdogs versus who'd they play against again? Was it Georgia? No,
Ohio State.
Ohio State. I'm tripping because Georgia also lost too.
Yeah,
to Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, right? And
no. Indiana whooped Alabama's ass.
Indiana whooped Alabama, which was also
Georgia lost to Ole Miss.
That
was the crazy game.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That game was their quarterback, Ole Miss's quarterback. He gonna fuck around. Trinidad Chambliss. He gonna find himself as a top 3 round pick.
You know what's crazy? He was D2. He was D2. He won national chip 2 times.
In Division II, word, and ended up at Ole Miss. Yeah,
he won 2 national chips and then transferred to Ole Miss.
That's respect though. That's what you're supposed to do. You get 2 D2 chips, you go to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is big. Like if you go to Ole Miss, especially from D2 to Ole Miss, that's tough. Because isn't Ole Miss SEC?
Yeah.
What?
SEC,
yeah. That's biggest conference in the league in the nation. Best conference.
It's crazy because Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama lost in the same weekend.
That's what it was. Yo, bro, I couldn't understand what was going on. I took the spread on 2 of those games. I'm like, yo, how did they lose? They didn't fuck the spread. They lost. I'm like, what's happening?
Alabama got put in the wood.
Yeah.
Put it-
Oh, Alabama got smoked like 38-3, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah.
That's crazy. Especially coming from a team that was so dominant for so long.
That's the NIL is switching up everything, bro.
And
Changing everything.
Yeah, it is.
Everything.
I really like this playoffs, though, that the whole fact that college football has the 12-team playoffs, because before, it used to just be, yo, let's figure out which out of these 100 and some teams, let's figure out which one's the best 2 teams. And we're just going to go off our judgments and strength of schedule and all this other bullshit, and we're going to put this
Politics.
together. And politics, and what's going to sell the best. And it's like, instead of that, you got something like this where Miami was the 10th team in the nation.
Yeah,
they were the 10th seed, bro. They would have never even had been able to sniff a national championship. Now they're one game away from being able to get to the national championship. They're in the semifinals versus who does Miami play?
Ole Miss.
Miami plays Ole Miss,
and then Oregon.
And Oregon plays
Indiana.
Like, that's dope,
So,
yo. And Indiana also has Mendoza, who's the Heisman Trophy winner this year. Pretty lackluster trophy, to be honest, this year. I wasn't too excited
Oregon got
about
Dante Moore. It's going to be crazy quarterback play, all 4 teams.
Yep.
And I like the fact that the only one that has a national chip is Miami in 2001. None of the other teams have a chip.
Right, I was thinking
which is
that.
Great.
I was thinking that.
I like
I'm like,
that for
that's
the sport.
dope. That's dope, exactly, for the sport, for people to get. It reminds me, didn't Colorado win a national chip in like 2000 or 1999? Colorado U Buffaloes?
I don't remember that.
I believe so, with Bieniemy at running back.
I didn't know that.
And Cardell Stewart was a quarterback.
I remember. I did know he went to Colorado, but I didn't know if they won or not.
But regardless, it's just dope when you see smaller schools. I mean, they call them smaller schools, but don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
These schools are quarter billion or better plus facilities in these fucking beautiful schools. They're just as efficient as a professional team. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see this.
I also think so.
I wanted to ask, who you think is gonna win?
Oh,
who you think is taking the trophy home?
I'm a Canes fan. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm going Canes, baby. Let's go.
Okay, your heart of hearts tells you Miami's gonna win. That was an impressive performance they put up against Ohio State.
But bro, Ruben Bain Jr. is a grown man.
Yeah,
they probably have the best D-line in the nation.
Yeah,
they can get after the quarterback, and you know football. If you can get after the quarterback,
you can.
That changes everything.
Yeah, it changes the complete.
That changes everything. Malachi Tony.
All of the greatest quarterbacks fell in championship games because of good defensive line play.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally,
and
they got Mahomes to Tom Brady.
They got the best freshman in the league, bro. Malachi Tony. I mean, in the nation. In the league. Malachi Tony, receiver. He just got to stop fumbling. But
yo, bro, it's been crazy. Yo, this receiver talent pool that comes out is just every year.
Every year,
you got what looks like Hall of Famers coming out. Because if you look at the NFL, all these young receivers that are within year 4. Bro, we got studs across the board.
A lot of people, a lot of teams. Yeah, a lot of young. They're developing them very, 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 very.
And I don't know if it's just also because of the era we're in, where it's such a heavy pass league. But as I say that, I feel like these last 2 years we haven't had a lot of 5,000-yard passes, which is confusing to me.
No, I think that's the defense is adjusting. The defense is adjusting.
But still, though, these receivers are still putting up numbers.
But as far as that is concerned, I feel like
good point.
This has been an era of the last few years. We see a lot more defenses playing too high and letting the play develop in front of us and making teams march down the field. And before that, I think there's a lot more nickel. They're playing a lot more nickel dime.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're drafting those hybrid players, the hybrid linebackers who can cover.
And then there's these 6'3" cornerbacks that are coming out left and right.
Yeah,
that really was supposed to be receivers but couldn't catch.
So I think that defenses are starting to catch up with some of these offenses and making them drive the field. Yeah, and that's why. And also, I think as far as the QB development is concerned, I don't necessarily think that the NFL develops QBs like they need to or should.
Not at all.
So that's what I'm saying.
Used to be, yeah.
So I think that has a big thing to do with it. But I wanted to also circle back on the college as far as, and with this new college playoff format, we've seen a lot of first round bye teams lose. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us are saying, is it rest or rust because they don't play for a month?
Damn.
Like their season ends early December. They don't play again until New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that's been floating around. A lot of these number one.
Crazy.
But of course, but at the same time, a lot of these companies that are showing the game, they had these big contracts on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. So then the game is never going to be changed. From New Year's Day and New Year's Eve because they're making so much money because everybody's home. Those are some of the cornerstone days of the year for some of these NBC, CBS, ESPN.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm wondering how that in the future is going to go because we've seen, I don't know, there've only been like one or two teams that got in the first round bye and able to win. Mm-hmm. All the rest of them, they're saying, is it rest? Is it rest or rust? You know, there's a fine line between rest and rust. So that's something to take into consideration.
Because a month is a lot, especially for some kids. You talking about 18 to 22, 23-year-olds. That's a long time. You give me a month to go fuck off. Yeah. Plus, I got $500,000 in my bank account.
Oh yeah, they got
NIL money.
They got money.
I'm doing dumb shit all week. I've been doing dumb shit for a month. I don't got to play for a month.
Yeah,
that is crazy. I didn't realize the bye was a month. That's insane. Yeah, because we seen what bye weeks do in the NFL, and it'd be a week. You know what I'm saying? First round buys in the playoffs. We see what that can do to a team sometimes, and that's just a free week. You get a month at that age. It's like going on vacation for real.
Yeah, and that's around the time where school gets out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm not in school. I don't got to do nothing school related. I'm rich as hell.
Yeah.
Well, basically rich. I'm young. I'm YN rich for sure.
Yeah.
I got a Hellcat and all the Americas I could dream of.
Yeah,
I'm rich. What did you talk about?
Hood rich.
What? The definition of it.
But I think it's going to be interesting. It's good. It's good for the sport. Like I said, it's the fact that these other teams are winning it. It's not the same teams anymore, and the NIL is really shaking everything up. So
yeah, it's dope. I really love it. I love to see Ohio State, Georgia, and Bama get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna be honest. I love to see that shit. And honestly, I want the Hurricanes to win. But I don't know, man. I feel like Mendoza and Indiana is just on a tear right now.
Okay.
Like, I just.
Yeah, and they're undefeated. They'd be the first 16-0 team national championship team.
You're right.
Ever.
They wasn't undefeated.
Yeah, they're the only undefeated team.
Yeah, that'd be tough. All right, well, we're going to see. Because, NFL's around the corner. It's week 18. That's today. It's going to be it's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of shit going on around the league, and I want you to. Who do you got going to the Super Bowl? Let's just get through it fast, because you know what I'm saying. We don't to harp too much on this football shit. But I do want to know who you got.
NFC. I got the Rams.
Okay.
NFC. I know they've been sliding recently. But as far as offense and defense, they have a complete team, and this is barring Devontae Adams is back.
That's a fact.
Because missing him is so. If Devontae Adams come back, I got NFC. I got the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Their defense is a little sus.
Yeah,
They be doing such shit though.
They got a really solid defense.
They got the talent, but there be games and you be like, how did y'all let them put up 30-something?
That's the league.
Yeah.
That's the league. Every people gonna put. Listen,
just saying. You talking about get defense? Paid too. The Eagles not playing with you.
Their offense is us.
Yeah, but they'll get it done because their offense is gonna hold the ball for 40 minutes.
But that's why I said the Rams, because I think they're the most complete on both sides.
Yeah, for sure the most complete. But there's dominance on dominant. What you just seen the Seahawks do?
Yeah, that was domination.
Them two corner. Yo, brother, the Seahawks are disgusting right now.
They just got the number one seed.
They're terrifying.
They just got the number one seed.
You don't want to go up there and play Seattle. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to go up there to play Seattle. That's gonna be tough.
12th man. They call it.
That's gonna be tough.
The 12th man. They call it. AFC. AFC
is tricky. Who you think's gonna win today between the Steelers and the Ravens? Give me that real quick.
I got the Steelers.
Okay, taking. You know what I mean?
I got the Steelers. They're at home. Lamar doesn't particularly play well against the Steelers. I think that
even with no DK, I feel like this game's gonna be like 9-3. It's gonna blow my shit. Like I'm not gonna want to watch this at all.
But
and it's probably 10 degrees over there.
But riddle me this. Speaking of Ravens versus Steelers,
riddle
me this.
Talk to me.
I think that the Ravens and the Steelers are opposite teams.
As far as
they're
actually very similar, if you ask me.
No, I think they're the opposite as far as, because every year when you talk about the Steelers, every year some analyst says it's going to be Tomlin's first losing season. Mm-hmm. Every year they're supposed to finish last in the division, and then they over-exceed expectations. Whereas the Ravens every year are supposed to be Super Bowl champions. and they never live up to their expectations.
That's true.
So I feel like they're opposites in that sense, to where Steelers are never supposed to do anything and they somehow end up in the mix. And the Ravens are always supposed to be there at the end when they somehow underachieve.
I feel like the sentiment behind Tomlin is like he's not going to even win a playoff game. That's more what I always hear. Not necessarily that we're going to be have a losing season or be completely trash.
Oh, absolutely.
What I always hear is he's never going to get into the playoff game, and we haven't won one in 10 years.
I've heard the Bengals are going to be better than them. The Browns.
You're right though. I've always heard the Bengals and the Ravens. Yeah, especially with Joe Burrow.
It's going to be his first.
You're right.
For the last 3 or 4 seasons.
No, you are right about that. They are saying they're going to be third or fourth in the division because of. Yeah, I forgot about Joe Burrow because he's always so fucking hurt. But if he's healthy, Joe Burrow is a scary animal.
Oh,
even with the Bengals giving up 50 points, Joe Burrow gets you 51.
And it's sad how they've wasted his talent and haven't protected him. It's so sad. It's very on par for the Bengals though.
Yeah,
but I also think that when it comes to Tomlin and Harbaugh, here's Mike Tomlin, who every year is not really supposed to do anything spectacular.
Yeah, he had Mason Rudolph playing quarterback.
Bro,
Mason Rudolph.
Mike Tomlin probably has the highest floor of one of the highest floors in NFL history as a coach.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I'm saying is, Harbaugh is every year supposed to be in the mix, and during the year when Tomlin's teams are starting to not really do so good. Every time we hear murmurs of is his last year, is he going to be fired? They're doing mock trades, or this team should trade this for Tomlin. But every year, Jim Harbaugh, nobody blows leads like the Ravens.
Yeah.
Nobody blows leads like the Ravens. And when they underachieve, nobody talks about Harbaugh being on the hot seat. Nobody talks about
throwing on Lamar.
Nobody but Mike Tomlin every time. They might have a 3-4 game losing streak, and it's time to get Tomlin out of here. But nobody says that about John Harbaugh.
Hey, I'm excited about. I want to see what the fuck we gonna do, bro. Because obviously Aaron Rodgers is 41, 42. He got to get the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to figure out what are we gonna do. But I mean, I'm excited because I got the Steelers too. I want to see the Steelers win. But I wouldn't be mad if Lamar wins because I love Lamar, so I would love to see him go on. I want him to go to the fucking Super Bowl, Lamar.
No shot.
I want to see him eventually do that shit, but I just don't see
not
it
on the
happening.
Ravens at least.
I don't know. They talking about he might go to the Vikings. Now that would be crazy.
Listen, as long as I can root for him as long as he's not in the Ravens.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Not personal. It's the business. It ain't personal.
For sure. Honestly, I think. This is going to be, I feel like this is such a generic take, and I'm not a fan of this team whatsoever, but I think the Eagles are going to figure something out. I'm going to be honest. I think the Eagles are going to figure something out. They have so much talent. On paper, they're so elite that, like, from the O-line to the D-line to the DBs to the receivers, they're so deep that if Jalen Hurts can just become who he's become in the playoffs before, they're going to be all right. I think they're going to turn something on. And I'm going to just take that as my hot pick. I think the Eagles are going to win a Super Bowl. I'm going to be honest. Which sounds crazy. But that defense scares the fuck out of anybody.
Crazy,
I'm just saying.
I agree.
That defense is crazy. And they're going to have their first playoff game can definitely be at home. Mm-hmm. They can pick up the momentum. You get Saquon rolling. At this weather right now, I don't know, man. It could get spooky.
Okay.
And if Jalen Hurts turns into who we know he can be, and he starts putting up 250 a game, 50 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, however you want to get them. I don't know, man. But they have been struggling this year. But we'll see.
What about an AFC?
I don't even think it's going to matter. That's my point. There's no fucking Patrick, so I don't know who to pick. Josh Allen, that shit is cool. I'm not really the biggest Josh Allen fan. I get it. He's amazing. He's dope. I'm not a fan of.
Amazing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe because he's white, I need him to throw for 350 yards every game. But, like, it's cool. Yeah, he going to run for 80, give me 2 touchdowns on the ground. That's cute. That's cute. But he going to throw for 120, and that's going to piss me off. I can't stand that shit. I don't want to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'd give it to the Bills, if anything. I think the Bills should. Like, there's no excuse no more. There's no Pat. Joe Burrow's out. Lamar Jackson's out. Everybody's out. And Buffalo's not going to get the number 1 seed right now. I'm tripping.
No, they're not going to get the number 1 seed.
They just got limited of that? Or?
Yeah. It's between New England and Denver, I think.
Yeah, New England, Denver.
I think my hot take.
I think New England is going to be a fluke. I think Unless they can somehow keep Josh McDaniels, he leaves every like 2-3 years and tries to go be a head coach somewhere, does horrible, has to double back, go back to the Patriots. Like it's been a consistent thing. He might just need to rock out and stay as offensive coordinator, quarterback, whatever the fuck he got going on, where he's a quarterback whisperer. But I don't know. I feel like I don't really have faith in Drake May nor Bo Nix for real.
My dark horse is the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence has been
Dealing.
cooking.
He been cooking.
Ever since they got Jacoby Myers.
Yep.
And Parker Washington. Their other receivers been coming on strong. Travis Etienne has been going crazy. They got that D line.
I haven't watched them play. I've just been hearing the whispers.
That's my dark horse.
It's funny you call them a dark horse, aren't they? Haven't they won like 8 in a row?
But as far as them doing anything, nobody's thinking about them.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
That's what I mean. As far as
you're right, because Josh Allen's like the easy pick to say.
Yeah,
but because people really like the Patriots, bro. People are loving the Patriots.
But the Patriots, they haven't played nobody.
That's what they just unproven to me.
Nobody's proven besides Josh Allen. Yeah. Nobody.
And they're in such a weak division. That AFC East, like it's just the Bills. It's just Miami, whatever. Who's the other team? Jet. That's a bye week.
The Jets. The funniest team. They're the comic relief of NFL.
So listen. It's either gonna be Buffalo versus Eagles in the Super Bowl.
I got Rams Jaguars.
Ooh, I like that. That'd be fire.
Jaguars.
I would love to see if Jaguars can pull a Super Bowl. That'd be fire.
That's what I got. I got the Rams Jaguars.
But
we gotta move on.
I didn't even realize we've been harping so much on these topics.
Did you see that Drake, Adin Ross, Steak, they got sued?
Oh yeah. I've been seeing things.
Apparently, I'm gonna read this out really quick.
Yeah.
I'll read this out really quick.
That's better than just summarizing.
I just had it up. A class action lawsuit accused Drake, Adin Ross, Steak of promoting illegal online gambling operations while allegedly using the platform's internal transfer feature to conceal how funds were used to finance a scheme to artificially inflate play counts of Drake's music across platforms such as Spotify.
Wait, what?
Run
that back. Because how does Steak have to do with Spotify?
Apparently, they're talking about that. So let me keep going. The suit claims Steak falsely marketed itself as a social casino to avoid gambling laws, misleading users about how real money, gambling, and payouts actually work. Steak and some users, Drake and other defendants, encouraged them to engage in unlawful gambling. The suit further alleges that the tipping program and internal transfer feature played a central role in how funds were handled on the platform, making it difficult for users to see the payments were coming from and going. So they're saying that they were illegally transferring money, and somehow that was boosting Drake's streams that he was botting. I don't know if you heard that, but they saying Drake was botting and using Steak and the money and illegally using the money from Steak to bot. So they had Adin Ross in the suit as well. So I want to know your thoughts on this lawsuit that hit the last day of 2025.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was like that. I don't know. I have no idea because that don't really still make sense to me. Like you explained it, but I'm still like trying to figure out how does Steak have like why. Whatever. But I mean, I know for sure Steak is I don't know for sure. Let me reiterate that. Allegedly.
Wait, let me read this part. They were using large sums of money including a public $100,000 tip between Drake and Ross to fund artificial streaming to create fraudulent streams. So they were saying they were using the money from Steak to boost Drake's streams. To bot. That's what the suit is saying. Yeah. I mean, you can. They're saying they're using the money from Steak to bot. You can use any money to bot.
But botting isn't illegal though.
That's
also confusing. Like, are they whatever? All right, I'm mad lost.
I'm not gonna lie. But this is talking about
and betting is not illegal.
No, but this is talking about that they were misusing that they were. I'm trying to articulate correctly that they were using Steak fraudulently is what they're saying. That they were misrepresenting how things went. That they were using that money that they weren't supposed to use to boost Drake streams.
Okay.
So I want to know your thoughts.
I mean, I think for sure Steak definitely got some weird shit going on.
Yeah, yo, absolutely.
Drake be on there betting $1 million money line on a team, then they lose, and then there's like, you know, damn well them motherfuckers told Drake just post this ticket, make it look like you paid this,
and that's fraud.
Exactly.
That is fraudulent.
Makes sense. Now, how that has anything to do with streaming, and I know what you're gonna say. He's using that money to buy the streams.
That's
that
what
shouldn't even be mentioned though. That's why I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? What he spent the money on doesn't matter. I could have spent that money on my baby mother. Who cares? Like why does that like? Why are you mentioning Spotify? I don't get that. Like, but I guess they are integrated somehow. But you could buy some bots right now. We could have this episode do 1 million views if we want. It's gonna cost us like $3,500. But I've seen people break down exactly how those fake view shits work. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, because it's actually a lot deeper than what I thought. They really have like streaming farm labs in the middle of like India.
No, they
shit.
do with the with the algorithms. Yeah. Oh, that.
I didn't understand that shit, but they do it in these countries where the view counts are worth a lot less. Just because like 1 billion views in fucking like in Nairobi or something is way less money than 1 million views, American views. Like, and I didn't understand that. I learned this the other day, and I thought that shit was pretty interesting. Like these streaming farm like facilities, I guess. I don't know.
They really have
In my brain, I'm imagining there's 10,000 computers with your video on replay, and they just play,
comments,
and we just go. But what do they do? Create 1 billion users? But like that makes sense if you're in India. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 billion views and 1 million views in India ain't gonna get you shit. Where like for example, 1 million views out here might get you, let's say, $3,000 to $7,000 depending on what your return, what you, I forgot the exact number, the word for it, but
ROI, return on investment.
No, not return on investment. It's like what you make per view. Like there's a word for it. But what you make per view out here is greatly larger than if you were to be in India making 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? Just long story short, that's the easiest way to put it. So those streaming companies, I heard, also might be in cahoots with YouTube, and that's the way that they make it work. Because how would YouTube not know? Like, oh, there's 1 million views being generated in a couple of days. I mean, in a couple hours.
In this square radius. In this square radius.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's all tricky. But I say all that to say, like, all this shit is weird and corrupt, and I don't understand how the fuck Steak and Spotify have anything to do with each other. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'll tell you that much. I just don't know if there's any illegal play, because this is just a lawsuit. When they say the word Rico, I'm thinking somebody going to jail.
Yeah, but it's a class action Rico.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah.
Class action Rico?
Apparently, I didn't know about it either. But sure. It's a Rico.
I might have to go Google that.
But it's a class action lawsuit. So what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, my thoughts is definitely
do you think
there's some weird shit going on.
You think it's true that Drake is botting?
Yeah, I mean, yes. All of these labels bot. They have to. It's the only way. It makes sense, like, to bot when it comes to that level, because you got to make a song seem number one. You got to make the streams reach to the top. And it's just like I've heard all the stories from back in the day when they used to sell hard CDs, that these labels would literally take part of the rapper's budget and spend $200,000 to buy, you feel me, X amount, whatever, buy 100,000 of their own CDs.
Albums, yeah.
Just to to boost the sales, especially if you want to make it, oh, he went platinum this month, like you want to sell a little extra 100,000, we're going to do that. We're going to make sure he do that, and we just going to recover it, because then you get to say, oh, he went platinum in a month. Oh, bet. People are like, it's got to be worth something, you know? So people are going to go reach out and then go buy some more. So that was their version of botting back then.
I definitely agree. I think that botting, payola, where even some artists, they're doing bundles now. Everything to artificially increase the reach of the streams or the sales.
Yeah.
And I think it's a play that's been going on since the beginning of time. It's just ironic.
It's because overall music is down, bro. The amount of time people spend listening to music is down exponentially. And if you look around, it makes sense. There's so much more distractions. Podcasts are so much more popular. People are getting in their car, driving to work, listening to a podcast now. People are, or they're literally driving to work, risking everybody's life because they're on TikTok like this. They can't help it. They're on Twitter. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're watching Reels. They're watching short film content. They're watching something. Their favorite. They're just watching a stream. People are on Twitch for hours, just staring at a screen, nothing else. Just I'm gonna watch Kai Cenat for the next 6 hours with my friends and have that playing in the background, as opposed to when we grew up, we smoke weed, we play music. We go on YouTube, type in whatever trippy songs we like. Type in the most weed sounding songs possible. Throw some Bone Thugs and Harmony on that bitch, and we gonna smoke for the next 2 hours. That's not what kids are doing no more. It's not. That's not. You know what I'm saying? People are spending their time doing a lot of different stuff now, and overall, it's impacted the way sales work. And I mean, sales before too was just like. It was like transactional. It was like, okay, I went to the store and I bought your sale, and then eventually iTunes made it where I can buy your one song, and then that turned into, all right, that's too expensive. Nobody can afford to buy. You feel me? A whole library of music that takes away from the ability to sell songs. So then people are like, all right, well, here comes streaming, and then streaming just changed so much, changed everything in such a way where it can be more lucrative when you're the top of the top, but it also can really impact you when it's like, all right, I'm just hot for a month. This song is only hot for people aren't going on the same kind of like one hit wonder runs that they used to. Like it still can happen, but it's not like how it used to. Yeah. People have a song with 10 million views nowadays, and it'll be considered a hit. But guess what? Nobody knows you outside of Memphis. You're just hot in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but you got 10 million views. But you can't go tour. You can't go to Florida and perform. You can't go to fucking California and perform. It's kind of confusing to explain it, but the reach of music isn't the same, and the money ain't the same.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think it's just ironic because Drake was on a stream with Ben the Don the other day, calling Spotify, and then he ends up getting hit with this. It's just ironic. It's also ironic.
I got it.
It's also ironic how Drake fans were calling him K-Bot and everything, and talking about Kendrick, and now they just copping pleas and coping, and it's just ironic. I just find it very ironic. I've seen the angle where a lot of people saying this is a retaliation from the label, the fact that he got sued by the label.
It could all be, man.
It could definitely all be wrapped in. I'm not saying it's not. I think it's just very ironic. I think that only time will tell, and we'll see what comes out of this. We'll see if it's something that ends up being thrown out. We'll see if they end up settling quietly out on the side.
We're gonna see,
and
man.
We don't hear anything about it anymore. But I think the irony is what it speaks to me. So I just think it's ironic.
Yeah, but there's no doubt in my mind all artists are using bots. Because I remember when the Young Thug League conversations was talking about, we bought an extra 50,000
Yes, I do remember that.
sales for this album to make sure it went number one. He was talking, I think he was talking something about when he was competing versus Gunna.
When he was on the phone, yes.
Yeah, so if Young Thug, come on, it ain't no secret, all right? It ain't no secret.
Yeah,
everybody's using bots.
Just everybody was payola, they're paying pay for plays. Everybody, that's been a thing.
Yeah. Definitely been a thing.
So speaking of Adin Ross, did you see what's been going on with him versus Doechii?
Oh yeah, him and the whole Doechii. Listen, man.
And him 6ix9ine, and I forgot who the other one was. Made a diss track at Doechii. Doechii actually responded to everybody calling her a industry plant and everything. Mm-hmm. That's what sparked this whole thing.
Yeah, right. And then she said that first.
And then Adin Ross was on stream talking crazy, and then they ended up making the song. And also there was a platform out in LA who was talking to Adin and was like, listen, Adin, you talking too crazy. Like, you're hard to touch, but we gonna start pressing people around you and everything. And Adin respond to that, say, well, if you try to come at me, you'll get arrested. And then right after that, he called Whack 100 for backup to help him, and Whack said, I'll handle it, whatever. So what are your thoughts on that whole situation, the Doechii situation and the Adin Ross situation?
Well, I don't know. I don't even understand what the real beef is. It's more, he called her an industry plant, and she came back on some oh, y'all just hate me because I'm black. And I'm like, what did we miss here? Like, what the fuck was that about? I'm like, she turned it very racial very quick. I was like, what? I'm like, I guess like that's not at all what he was saying, but all right, like he said, he was an industry plant. Like you got a lot of success out of nowhere, and nobody really knew who you was, and out of nowhere you winning Grammys. It was kind of like, felt like you got implanted into the game, and then she responded how she responded, and then they're going back and forth. But honestly, I think it's all goofy. Like at the end of the day, because like he just had an opinion, and then she got offended as she should, like she has every right to. And then he goes off the tear and just like, all right, well, fuck that bitch. Like, quite literally is what he said. Was like, fuck that bitch, Doechii. And I'm like, all right, that's not a good look. That's not going to go over well. You're white, Jewish, talking about a black woman. It's not going to go well. It's going to be racial. It's from here on out. So it's like, do we really need this? No, this is fucking stupid. I never would have had Adin Ross and Doechii beefing on my bingo card. Like, I don't need this. I don't really give a fuck about it. Like, I think it's stupid. And Doechii is also part of TDE, and TDE is very gangster. And you might want to watch your fucking mouth. You can call Whack 100 all you want, but TDE is not to play with. Leave that shit alone, Adin.
And that's another thing. The fact that she's attached to Kendrick and he's attached to Drake. Right. That also had a big play into, I believe, him even mentioning her being an industry plant. Because I feel like if she wasn't TDE, he would never say anything about her winning anything.
Yeah.
So
but at the time too, it was a conversation people were having, like, yo, who is Doechii? Because she won that Grammy. She won the Grammy over a lot of people.
But I also don't think he would have went as hard if she wasn't associated.
I mean, that's an opinion, but I'm just saying the only reason why she was being mentioned. You say you wouldn't even talked about her, but I'm like, she was being mentioned because she won a Grammy. She was making headlines because people were like, who is this girl? How did she just win a Grammy? And I forgot who she beat for it too. I think that was part of the reason why it was even so much attention towards it. Because I mean, the Grammys for nobody really even pays attention no more. Like Grammys is obviously rigged. The owner of the Grammys literally came out and said it was rigged. Like, what are we watching this for anymore? Like, you want to talk about payola? You want to talk about pay to play? Like, the fucking Grammys is letting you know, like, yeah, we rigged this shit. It is what it is. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gave Nas best rap album. Nobody heard that shit, but he got best rap album, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Fuck the Grammys.
See, my thing
Nicki
is...
Nicki Minaj don't got a Grammy. Shy Glizzy do. There's a problem. There's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Juicy J got a Grammy.
Juicy J... No, he
got Oscar. Oscar. My bad.
Yeah.
Oscar. But my thing is, see, I have an issue with it, right? I have an issue with, like, you can't talk a certain way and then try to run behind people. Yeah, I have a huge issue with that.
You talking about Adin Ross?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a big issue with attacking a woman the way he did, and then when a man says you're not about to talk to her about that, then you want to go and hide and talk about you gonna sue. I think that's really bitch made.
For sure.
And I'm not here for it. That's part of the criticism I have of somebody like Charleston White, which is completely unrelated, but the same thing when you can't talk the way you do and then talk about you and call the police on somebody. That's my thing. And another thing is the whole Adin Ross situation. And do I think that it had a racial aspect or component to it? Not necessarily, but you got to look at who we're talking about here. And when let's take influencer in general. The term influencer is a relatively new term, but all influencer means is that you are able to create a large following. That's all it means.
Yeah, and pretty much.
That's all it is. And we've had influencers from the beginning of time.
Yeah,
throughout all genres, throughout everywhere in the world, and one thing that remains consistent with all the influencers throughout history is the following you create is a direct reflection of the persona you have as an influencer.
Right.
Your following is a direct reflection of the persona of you being an influencer. So when somebody like Kai Cenat says he had to distance himself from Adin Ross because people on his stream were calling him all type of monkeys, racist stuff, that is a direct reflection of the type of influencer that Adin Ross has presented himself. I will also say that a few weeks ago, he went on his stream, and then there was a white streamer who apologized for saying the N-word. And Adin Ross goes on stream and said, "What are you doing, man? You should have never apologized for that." So when you have somebody who... the fact that you have the audacity and the gall and the arrogance to even make that position, that that a white person doesn't have to apologize, and I think that says a lot. So, do I think there was a racial element to it? Not necessarily, but you have to look at who the person is, who it's coming from, and a reason why he feels that he can say certain things is because he can always pick up the phone, and there'll be somebody on the line ready to defend him based on the position that he's in, no matter what. And I also feel that
I don't think that's necessarily it though.
As far as what?
He just feels like he could say and do whatever because he's rich enough to get security. He's fine.
But it's not a. But I think it's bigger than security because there are still black people that'll still defend him. He can still call Whack Up 100 up and call. There'll still be rappers and other streamers that are eager to Sambo on his stream eager to collaborate with him. So I think that's why he feels like he can do that. Mm-hmm. I feel like if he was excommunicated and nobody was, if Whack 100 didn't pick up his phone call, I think he'd be singing a different tune.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And I feel like it's just very unfortunate because we're in a situation where people feel like they can come in to a space that is black and disrespect black people, and then there will always be one of us who are the weakest links who will always defend them no matter what they do. And I think it's very dangerous that we're allowing stuff like this. There's no way there's no way he should be talking about Doechii like that. There's no way I don't think he should be talking about Doechii like that.
You know what it was though? Like I remember when he called the industry plan, she also went on Twitter. I remember she said some shit like, I thought a cracker said something. And then, like, she went on a tangent and literally was like, I thought a cracker said something. Then she said something else about some people, the song, I forgot how it fucking goes. She called she was like, she sings a dick rider. In the song, she basically called him a dick rider or some shit like that. I got to find the exact tweets now because she came at him very, very crazy, which is when he started going off on the fuck Doechii shit. And that was like a year. That was mad long ago.
That was mad long ago.
Like he just now was on some like, I mean, we're rapping. Fuck it. Fuck Doechii. Like it wasn't like he was just spending. He didn't just. I don't know. Long story short, though. Yeah, Adin. I say tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Yeah. I think we're in the world right now with some of these streamers. They're so big and they have so much money that they think they can get away with anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure. Honestly, Doechii is super dope. I'm going to be honest.
She's very talented. Extremely talented.
I seen her on a song with Isaiah Rashad, like, probably like 2018, 2019, I think it was. And I was like, yo, who is this? Not only is she fucking gorgeous, but she could rap her ass off. But then now she raps on like a whole different thing. I don't know what the fuck she got going on now. It's not really for me, but she's still dope. Moving on, though. Let's talk about something else. Yo, did you see Anthony Joshua's car accident?
Yo, bro, in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah, Nigeria. So, like, apparently he was in a car with where he was in the backseat and there was two people, his two friends were in the front. One was driving, one was passenger, probably reverse. I think they drive on the right side. Not the point. The point is a tire spins off, literally just, like, spins off, and then the car, they ended up hitting a parked car, and the two people in the front died. Anthony Joshua was the only one that survived. And then he was, there's pictures of him being taken out the car and being rushed to the ambulance. And this was like a couple days after the Jake Paul.
No, literally like 2 days.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, it's fucking crazy how life will do that to you. Like, life will put you at the highest of highs. One day you breaking this white boy's jaw from YouTube and you made fucking $50 million. And the next day, two of your best friends get killed in a car accident. You're the only one to survive. You're in the middle of fucking Nigeria.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is...
And they said apparently that as soon as the car crash happened, instead of helping, people just started robbing the car.
Oh, wow.
People going crazy, yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they seen the people was dead, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm hungry, if I'm starving, I'm in there. I'm in there. If they dead, I'm in there.
So it's a very I can't imagine the type of trauma he feels and everything.
Yeah.
Nah. You should picture the car?
No, I didn't. Car looks crazy.
Crazy.
It has to.
Absolutely crazy.
But what scares me though is like, yo, that can happen to anybody. Like your car just like a tire just spins out and you lose control and then boom, like that could happen to anybody.
But I think you hit the nail on the head. Like coming from, you saw him like 2 days earlier on Top of the World, and then
Top of the World.
2 days later,
almost dead.
And the fact that he's alive, depending on where he was in the car. Like the fact that he was behind. I think he was behind the driver. I think.
Yeah, he was.
He was behind the driver. That's what saved his life. If he was riding shotgun, he might not. He probably wouldn't be here right now. R.I.P. to his friends.
Yeah, R.I.P. Man, that shit was crazy. When I saw that, I'm like, is this real? AI so crazy. I'm like, is this real?
Yo, honestly, I don't believe nothing because of AI.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, rest in peace to those young men, and prayers up for Anthony Joshua and those young men's family, because that shit was crazy, man. It really is. You know, life's really roller coasters, ups and downs.
But last thing, we have a few minutes before we head out.
Go ahead.
Last thing, you see what's going on with Steffon Diggs?
Oh, NFL strikes back.
Bro.
God damn it. This is... Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
So, allegedly, Steffon Diggs is being charged with strangulation of his chef.
Uh-huh.
And they were going back and forth, and apparently
his private chef, who's a female.
Who's a BBL bandit as well.
Oh, she is?
Bro.
Oh, she one of them.
Have you seen her?
No. She bad? She bad as fuck?
Yo, Steffon Diggs has issues, bro. He needs to be new, bro.
So he was in that, you think?
What? So apparently,
now I gotta Google this. Go ahead.
Google it right now.
Yeah.
So apparently he smacked her and choked her almost unconscious.
Okay.
And now he's being charged with it. Apparently, Cardi was talking about, like, she released the messages allegedly saying that it's not that serious. You don't have to do this. And I want to know your thoughts on the whole situation.
So yeah, from what I've heard, it was that Steffon Diggs had the private chef that was live-in chef.
You seen her?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I can't find a picture. So he has the live-in chef, and she had requested payment for a week that he told her she could take off, and because they were going somewhere and he wasn't needed. But she's like, yo, I'm a live-in chef. Like, my whole life is devoted to being here. Like, I didn't request a week off, so you still owe me for that week. And that's what kind of led to their back and forth. And then it came a time where allegedly Steffon Diggs didn't pay her for a whole month. She was supposed to get paid weekly. Then it turned to bi-weekly. Then he was like, yo, I'm going to pay you at the end of the month. And then he was kind of giving her a little bit. This is all alleged, but I mean, there are messages that were leaked of them going back and forth. And he is talking to her crazy. I'm going to be honest, it's not going to look good when it goes to court. And they see the way he's texting her is insane. Like on some like, bitch, you're not getting shit. Niggas do something to you. Stop talking like he's talking crazy. And go look at the messages if you want, but this is gonna show his energy towards her. And if you can text this when you're not in front of somebody, it's not gonna look good when you go in front of them and then they go off into this. Oh, he hit me. He did all this because it damn near looked like you was about to punch it through messages. I ain't gonna lie, it's not a good look, Steph. But oh, is the picture of her? I gotta see. Oh, God damn it!
It's not that. It's kind of granny, but you see.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
Live-in chef, cool. But regardless, he's supposed to be paying her, and respectfully, that's true. Like, if she didn't request it, and you live in chef, you're supposed to still pay her. Like, that it is what it is. So she was requesting that money. He started moving funny. She didn't get paid for a month allegedly, and that turned into her pressing the issue a little bit harder. And they had a conversation because, like I said, he lives there, and apparently she was chilling in the room in her bedroom that's in his house, and he walked in. He has access to the room. It's his house. But the door was unlocked, so he just walked into the room, and that's when the conversation quickly led into the alleged physical altercation that they had, where he allegedly put his arm around her and was choking her with his elbow, is how she described it. And that led into her getting kicked out the house, and she was forced to find somewhere to stay. He wasn't trying to pay for hotels, nothing. And it leads into this situation now. And they also have messages of Cardi trying to soften the issue. Like, yo, you don't need to go to the police. Like, yo, chill. Yo, where you at? Like, I'm going to throw you some money. Like, what's up? Like, trying to throw her hush money. And Cardi was like, yo, you're going to get your money, but we just need you to sign an NDA. And Shorty was like, I need my money. I'm not signing an NDA, but I need my money. You know what I'm saying? Which honestly, for people who don't know, you can sign an NDA all you want. If a motherfucker touches you, does a crime towards you, you could break that NDA.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a crime attached to it, so don't think that just because you signed the NDA don't mean I can't tell this nigga because he slapped the shit out of me. That's not how that goes. If a motherfucker does anything to you that's a crime, you can go right to the police, fuck this NDA, this motherfucker put hands on me.
Or if you're under stress. Or if you're under extreme stress.
Yeah, that's true too. Right.
Like,
if you feel like you're being forced to sign this.
Yes. They get thrown out.
Yeah, so long story short, just for anybody who's ever been in that situation. But anyway, Steph, you know, I don't want to say that I believe the story because I want to, you know what I'm saying? She didn't take any pictures. She didn't have any physical evidence besides the text messages that kind of showed their the energy of their relationship as far as like the way he speaks to her and the aggression he shows. But I mean, if I was a betting man, I don't know. I do know he won't miss a damn game in this NFL playoffs though, because the NFL don't give a fuck, nigga. If there's one thing we know, we talk about it in every episode right now because we in football season. Hey, NFL gonna forgive you, man. You can put some hands on whoever. NFL gonna let you play. And he's not missing a game in this playoffs because Charles they're not set to get a ring till January 23rd, which would be like after the AFC Championship if the Patriots are still in the AFC Championship.
So yeah, they have to do their own investigation stuff, but let you fail a drug test, 6 games.
Yeah, let you take some steroids. That's a problem. But you beat your wife. That we could talk about that later. Right now, we need you to go get that 8 yards and 80 yards. Don't worry about nothing.
And Steffon Diggs, this ended off his year, and he had one hell of a year, 4 or 5 different kids.
Yeah, he went on a run. This year was legendary.
Like I said, you saw his Do you remember the when he was in a Pro Bowl behind the cheerleaders, bro? Steffon Diggs needs help. I knew he needed help when they had that interview during the Vikings locker room. Oh yeah, when they asked which player would you not least likely to date your sister?
Would you least want to date your sister?
Least want to date your sister. Dalvin Cook was like, would I least want to date Diggs? He was like Diggs. Everyone was like Diggs, Steffon Diggs.
Hey, and the Diggs name not the only one in the headlines. The Cowboys just released Trayvon Diggs, which is Steffon Diggs' little brother, who was also an All-Pro NFL player. DB.
Did you hear the situation? What happened?
What was the exact situation?
So what happened was they played in DC. They played the Commanders.
Oh right.
And he's from DC. This was like Christmas time. Yeah. It was Christmas. And the Cowboys were slated to fly home. Mm-hmm. And they had a few days off. He requested if he could just stay in DC. But he said, as soon as we touch down in Dallas, I'm going to fly to DC anyway.
Right.
So they said, no, you can't do it.
Right. They say if
you have to fly back
as a team, you come back as a team.
Yes, you have to fly back as a team.
That is like an NFL thing. It's a standard. It's football.
So apparently, they said it was his sister or something, and he ended up staying. And he ended up that night going to the Shy Glizzy concert. Him and Shy Glizzy had massive fits, and those pictures got leaked and stuff, and Cowboys was tight. Oh, and now he got picked up by the Packers. But yeah, that's why.
He got picked up by the Packers?
Yeah, he's on the Packers now. Yeah, they signed him off waivers.
Oh, shit.
Him and Micah went back on the same team.
Oh yeah. Micah. They just took 2 All-Pros from the Cowboys? That's tough. Micah's hurt, though. So the Cowboys not going to really, the Packers not going to really matter.
No.
I think that's a game changer. But anyway. Damn, okay. I didn't know the Shy Glizzy story. That's hilarious. Yeah. That's 2 of the Shy Glizzy name drops if you had that on your bingo card. But on that note, listen, man.
On that note,
it's been Free Jazz Podcast. We've been on episode 180, man. We appreciate y'all. We're 20 episodes away from episode 200. I will, we gonna keep y'all posted on what we got going on soon. But right now, man, we just want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys.
First stream of the
episode 180. Guess what? We spinning right around because it's 180. You feel me? half circle too.
On that note, we out of here. Appreciate y'all. Tell a friend, tap in, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff.